The favorite part is definitely being able to meet new people. Being able to explore DC is something really cool. Not everybody gets a chance to do.
What was my favorite part of the trip? It was definitely getting to see Gettysburg. I thought that was really neat. I'd love to live out there someday.
Best advice is just talk to as many people as you can, make as many friends as you can.
Kids should apply for the youth tour because you have the opportunity to meet thousands of different people your age that are looking for same goals in their lifetime, and it's just a really good way to click and find different opinions on things that you may be needing answers for in your life.
Okay, my favorite part of the trip was probably the boat cruise on the Potomac River because you got to dance and have fun and meet a lot of people.
Advice I have for next year's delegates, is to bring more deodorant. It gets pretty stinky out there.
I think the greatest piece of advice that I can offer next year's delegates is that when you're coming to DC, you go to a lot of historical monuments and a lot of memorials and a lot of museums, and I think it's really beneficial to kind of look at the background of when and how those museums or memorials were constructed and who maybe they're upholding or what the history behind those things, because you do learn a lot at those monuments, at those museums and memorials, but I think it is really cool to kind of have some insight and knowledge going into it.
My favorite part of the youth tour was the Holocaust Museum because you got to learn so much more than what they teach you in school.
My favorite part of youth tour was when we went to the Library of Congress. I really liked all the artwork and the exhibits were really cool. I like reading, so it was a great place to go.
The advice that I would give to delegates next year is don't be afraid to talk to everyone because you never know who will become your friend and who you'll have things in common with. It'll be all so much fun.
My advice for the delegates next year is to pack more than you think you're going to need, because during the youth day and the dance, you will want to change your clothes after because you will be all sweaty from the day before.
I feel like people should apply for a youth tour because it gives you an opportunity to meet people from all around the country and you might make new friends doing it.
My favorite part of youth tour was probably everything, but if I had to pick one that stood out, definitely meeting Senator Sherrod Brown and getting to talk to him.
My advice for going to youth tour is to take all the opportunities you have to socialize with people and meet new people, but don't let that distract you from getting to see everything and take in all the places that you get to visit.
My favorite part of youth tour was the Air and Space Center, especially seeing the space shuttle because I just think it's very cool.
My favorite part of youth tour was meeting new people because I like meeting new people.
What's your favorite part of youth tour?
My favorite part of youth tour was meeting.
We're making a good blooper reel.
My favorite part of youth tour was eating because Popeye's mac and cheese is really good.
Having roommates. You get to interact with people and it's really fun. My roommate tripped over my suitcase 3 times, so suitcase 3, roommate 0.
My favorite part of the trip was Arlington National Cemetery because it made me reflect on how many people have given up their lives for freedom.
My favorite part of youth tour has been seeing the monuments and exhibits for all these famous and inspirational leaders and the feeling that anyone on this tour could be next.
My favorite part of youth tour was the Potomac River cruise. I got to meet people from other states and I built relationships with those people so fast. It was really fun.
And my favorite part of the youth tour has been the Holocaust Museum, as it has allowed me to more in depth explore what has happened in the Holocaust and allow me to further understand the errors of humanity in the past and will help me from prevent and further genocides in the future and understand how anti-Semitism looks like and will help me prevent it in the future.
Talk to everyone, security guards, people, tour guides, they all have something to share and it's always valuable.
They should apply because it is such a great opportunity. I've never been to Washington, D.C., and you get to see all of these history places, meet tons of people, make new relationships with everybody, and it's just so much fun.
My favorite part of youth tour was getting to talk to people from all over Ohio and learning their different experiences, even within the same state, and especially getting to know people who were close to me that I didn't even know, and cultivating other friendships that I hope will last a long time. And don't be afraid to talk to people, even if you think that you might not get along with them right away.
My top advice for youth tour delegates next year is to not be nervous going into the trip. You might be thinking, I'm not going to make any friends, I'm going to be alone the entire trip, but that's just not true at all. Everybody has similarities, and you're going to make great, amazing, lifelong friends.
My advice for next year is to listen to your senators and legislators because it makes you realize how genuine these big names are and how you can be like them too one day.
You should apply for a youth tour because there's so many cool experiences in DC that you might not get to see on a normal trip, and the friendships that you make is incredible and it's such a fun experience.
My favorite part of youth tour was going to see all the buildings and everything and learning about the architecture.
I think that kids should apply for youth tour because this has just been an amazing experience. You make friends from all over the country, like really quickly. Everybody's very nice. You get to see all kinds of things you could never see if you just went, like with your school or something like that. It is just a great bonding experience and overall an amazing time. And pin trading, that's where it's at. It's very fun. So yeah.
My favorite part of youth tour was definitely getting to actually tour DC and see as much as we did in depth. So like we did the National Mall today and saw amazing monuments that really mean a lot to this country, and definitely the Capitol building tour where we actually got to go out onto the speaker's balcony, and which was really an awesome experience. And I think another part of my favorite thing about youth tour was the pin trading. So I got my Ohio pin with me, my West Virginia patch, and I'm gonna go finish trading all my pins.
My favorite part of youth tour was going on the boat cruise with a couple other states. It was really fun because I got to meet a lot of other people, and since it wasn't like all the states, we could get to know everyone a little bit better. So I also recommend you bring a portable charger so you can get people's numbers that you meet and their Snapchats and their Instagrams.
So advice that I have for the 2025 youth tour delegates is probably to just take that risk, take that extra step. When you see someone sitting alone at a table at these big parties or gatherings, just encourage them to step out of their comfort zone, go dance, go talk to people, get their numbers. Instagram, you'll make friends for life, and it's really a great experience.
My favorite part was the dinner cruise, and I would definitely recommend bringing extra water.
My favorite part of youth tour was the Supreme Court Justice Tour because I've always found the judicial branch to be very interesting.
My favorite part of youth tour was the Iwo Jima parade because the band was amazing and it was not at all what I was expecting.
My advice for next year's delegates is to just take everything in and kind of just enjoy the moment, because this past week has gone by really fast, and I've enjoyed all the places we've seen and all the people I met. So just take everything in and enjoy the moment.
Well, the reason they should apply is because, as we've already seen on our trip this year, many people who have gone on the trip in the past have enjoyed it so much that they decided to pursue a career in the electricity field, and they've gone on to help with projects such as the ones in Guatemala and Bolivia.
My advice for next year's delegates is join YLC Leadership. The reason this is because you get to go on a new trip, and then also you'll get a scholarship of $1,000.
No, put it inside. Exactly.
All right, what?
This year at Youth Tour, my favorite part was being able to meet new people from all around the country, networking with them, learning about their experiences, and just getting to build lifelong friendships.
My advice for delegates of the youth tour trip next year is to bring a thicker lanyard because, as you can see, mine has gone a little bit full, and with the pin trading you get a lot of pins, so just bring a thicker lanyard.
My advice is to reach out to new people you wouldn't reach out to, talk to people from other states in the US, and make lifelong friendships.
My favorite part of youth tour was pin trading because you got to meet all these people from different states and learn about their lives and their ways of living and how they've impacted the world.
My advice is just to take as many pictures as you possibly can, like with all sorts of different people, when it's appropriate to do so. So just, with your friends and with new people, just try to take as many as you possibly can.
Just to take in the sights that you see and experience the new experiences that you're seeing with the people that you are meeting on this trip, because the people you meet will create lifelong friendships that you will cherish forever.
I think someone should apply for a tour because I'd never even heard of it before, and now I'm glad that I did apply for it because it's opened up so many new doors and I've met so many new people.
The best advice I could give to next year's delegates is to leave all expectations and pride and whatever you have from where you've come from and leave it there. You come in to Youth Tour fresh slate, Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to do things you never thought you might do because of the past. Let go.
My favorite part of Youth Tour was getting to meet so many amazing new people and getting to build so many connections and get so close with these people that I would never have met otherwise.
My favorite part was definitely being able to experience the DC architecture and learn about the history behind the buildings and things like that. It was really awesome.
My favorite part was meeting new people, meeting new friends, and pin trading. And then I also have advice. My advice is to talk to more people so you can get to know them, and then you can also keep your long distance friendships and keep the pins.
DC is just such an interactive place, and I think being here at such an older age compared to normal 8th grade trips just gave me such an insight and such appreciation for our government and everything that's been done before me in order to put me in a place where I can succeed in all walks of life, which I think is just so beautiful. And that's kind of why I bought this pin from the Holocaust Museum. It says, why what I do matters. And I think it just really spoke to me because what I do matters and what you do matters. And DC is all about giving a voice to the voiceless. So I think it was really beautiful, and that's why you should apply.